Over 5 million people were playing Fortnite at the same time on November 3rd, 2023.
Huh?
And it's all due to Epic Games, the developers of Fortnite, choosing to release this brand new season titled Fortnite OG. Now, it's different than past seasons in Fortnite because this season allows for players to experience how the game was in 2018 with the same map that players got to experience back in the day and a familiar loot pool of items, all of it redone with visual graphics powered by Unreal Engine 5. This has given so many players what they finally wished for: being able to play the game back during its peak popularity in 2018.
Now wait just a second. Hold on. You're telling me that a bunch of people are gonna be playing an old version of Fortnite with the old map and the old weapons? Clearly they're gonna get bored after 1 or 2 matches, right?
Well, that's actually a valid point. You would think that this season wouldn't be successful at all. Or is it?
I don't know.
Believe it or not, this season has brought the game of Fortnite to a whole new peak of popularity on the internet. But why? Here are 5 reasons as to why Fortnite OG is one of the most successful seasons for Epic Games. Now let's address the biggest elephant in the room. One of the main reasons as to why so many players are returning to this game is because of the new skin, Lil Split. All jokes aside, a key factor as to why so many players got super excited for this season is because of nostalgia. Let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting old. We are not the same individuals back then when it was 2018. The world was quite different. We had different problems going on in our heads. We had different responsibilities. And now some years have passed. Things have changed. Maybe some of us are full-grown adults now. We have other things like work, bills to pay, relationships to keep up. Maybe we're trying to self-develop our own selves. There are many different things out there that consume our time. But when it comes to the time period of 2018 and Fortnite, this holds many fond memories for a lot of players. It's been a long time since my 3 brothers told me to check out this new battle royale back in late 2017. And eventually, I found myself jumping out of the battle bus multiple times in 2018. With the game being free to play, everyone can earn their shot at getting a victory royale. And it's been a fair amount of time since 2018. But if I know anything about human beings, if there's ever a way that they could relive past experiences, there is no doubt that they will jump on board and try it out. And this is why we have a lot of players returning to the game to experience Fortnite OG. And Fortnite is not the only game to capitalize on nostalgia. Think about Jagex and how they created RuneScape. There's been a fair amount of players actually playing the 2007 version of the game called Old School RuneScape. And what about Blizzard Entertainment? They have found so much success with classic World of Warcraft, a game based off of the earlier versions of WoW, and to this day, they're still releasing new expansions for players to experience in classic WoW. Overall, growing up can be difficult. There are many different responsibilities that get put onto people's plate as they get older. You have university, perhaps you have a full-time job, maybe you have bills to pay or rent. Maybe you have a family or a relationship that you want to spend time on. There are so many different things that happen to us as we get older. But boy, if there's one thing that many gamers won't turn around, it's the opportunity to jump out of the battle bus and feel like it's 2018 again. By all means, I was not the only person to be live streaming Fortnite for over 5 hours straight. Yeah, that's right. I might be live right now. You should check me out on Twitch. There were plenty of other streamers out there playing Fortnite, like Ninja, CypherPK, and thousands of other streamers. But nostalgia isn't the only reason as to why Fortnite OG is successful. The game is actually much more difficult now during this season. In past seasons, there is plenty of loot to find. There are multiple mobility items or vehicles that make it easy to get around the map quickly. And the game turns into this type of playstyle where lots of players are just W keying, where they're rushing into other players, getting into as many fights as they can because they have the ammo, they have the guns, and they have the items to heal themselves up if they take damage. But with Fortnite OG, it proves difficult to obtain not only weapons, but also shields, and even ammo is something that you'll find yourself wanting to only use at the right moment. And you might think with this type of playstyle, the game is a bit slower. And yeah, you do have these moments, but you also have these moments where you're with your squad, you're pinned down, you only have a certain amount of ammunition to share amongst each other. You're having this communication of, do you have shields? Where should we go next? It really leads to exciting and thrilling gameplay. Because not only is your team experiencing these types of troubles, chances are the other team is going through the same type of situation. Now, I'm not saying that previous seasons of Fortnite weren't fun. Don't get me wrong, I had a fun time enjoying the variety of weapons that Epic Games has added into the game. But this original loot pool and spawn rate of items shows that Epic Games did a fair bit of playtesting to nail this season correctly. So if you find me running for my life on the island and not pushing you in a combat situation, chances are I don't have the resources or the heals to take on this fight. So please, go easy on me. Another big factor as to why Fortnite OG is catching the eyes of many players is because this season is actually new for a big chunk of the player base. Some of us got to play back in the day. We were able to bust out the Take the L emote or Orange Justice, but there are a fair bit of players that started playing the game back in Chapter 2, Chapter 3, or even Chapter 4. In fact, I finally convinced my own father to try out Fortnite in late 2022. For his perspective, this whole season of Fortnite has been a brand new experience for him. The map is completely new to him. He has never used any of these weapons, and even things like the grapple hook or the boogie bomb were items he had to learn before he could use them confidently. Plenty of us has started playing Fortnite at one specific moment or another. In fact, I myself jumped out of the battle bus for the first time in December 2017. I'm curious, when did you start playing Fortnite? Let me know in the comment section down below. This season of Fortnite is a historical snapshot of how the game was back then when the game was at a peak of popularity. Just think about 2018 for a second. Everyone was talking about Fortnite. You had big time celebrities like Drake or Travis Scott playing with streamers like Ninja, and they broke records of viewership on the platform. You had kids filming themselves in their bedrooms dancing at a shot at trying to get Epic Games to add an emote in honor of their dance. And brands were drooling at the opportunity to add their iconic characters into the game, as this would be great publicity for gamers to see different characters from specific TV series or movies that they haven't heard of. And Epic Games is making sure that old school players have some excitement as well, as there's a lot of skins and emotes within the Battle Pass that relate back to this era of Fortnite, with plenty of Easter eggs and mix-up of skins to look at. If you played back in the day, there's a lot of things that you recognize within this Battle Pass, which will probably excite you. I'm a fan of Lil Split, not gonna lie. He's like the best skin in the Battle Pass. Smash like if you think that he's the best skin, because he is. Let's be real here. That being said, this is your chance to understand why Fortnite became so popular. You'll get to experience the same map and the same loot pool that all of us got to play with back in 2018. I'm sure there are plenty of game developers that are creating games today that can all learn something from jumping out of the battle bus in this season of Fortnite. Now lastly, the main factor as to why this season of Fortnite is successful is, quite frankly, it's fun. Now don't get me wrong, a lot of you might be angry that you don't like to experience a game where you have to build bases in order to protect yourself. To be honest with you, I barely play the build version of Fortnite. I actually dive into zero builds. This is a game mode where players are unable to build structures. Epic Games went out of their way to add mobilities on the map, like zip lines, for players to get on top of specific locations. Because back then, zero builds didn't exist. This map was made for building. The game also does a great job of matching you up with players based off of your skill level. That's great if you are playing solo, but I won't lie, I feel bad for my dad when we get to group up and play some matches together. My poor father has been up against players on my skill level, so I'm sorry, Pop. You're doing a great job so far on the battlefield. If you ever find yourself being the last person standing, don't worry, you got this. Never give up! Overall, I'm excited to see how the rest of the season plays out, as each week the map will change and cycle through all the OG seasons of Fortnite. Have I actually reached an age where players consider this season of Fortnite to be old school? I guess I am actually getting old. And if you're looking for someone to jump out of the battle bus with you, I'd be happy to play with some of you who check out my Twitch channel. I'm curious, which location are you going to be dropping on this season? Let me know in the comment section down below, and thanks so much for watching. As always, stay hydrated, gamers.